rock island line, and it's a mighty good road. But if you want to ride, you got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island line.
Hello, I'm Tony Bowen, and welcome to my Corn Country Rails. Well, last June I went to the N-Scale Convention in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and talked to Ed, the representative that was there from NCE, and I told him about some operating problems I had on my layout, and he asked me right away, hey, have you had your RB02 Radio Base Station ever updated? And I said, no, I have not. He said, why don't you send it in? We'll see if that solves some of your troubles that you had during operating sessions when other operators have come over with their throttles. So following Ed's instructions, I disconnected my RB2. All they want is just the base station, so you can detach the antenna, basically pack it up, and get it ready to send off. My RB2 was the original one that I had bought in December of 2012, and so it was still the version 2.1, which is now considered an older version. All right, so I've opened my box from NCE, and of course inside I got the repair slip. It has all my other information on that. I'm not going to share that with you guys because, well, you probably don't want to see it. But as I fold it over and show you the bottom half, it basically says tested outdated wireless radio firmware version 2.1. That's what I had. Since I bought my NCE system in December of 2012. And so work done, upgraded the wireless radio firmware to version 2.6, retested fully at a cost of $30, shipping was $8, and so it was $38 altogether in that. And so let's hook it up and see what we got. All right, for future reference, I put a little note on this one, just replace the original that was in it when I bought it in December of 2012. And then up here I put updated as of 7/2024. So now I'm ready to screw the antenna on it, plug it back in, and go from the Tethered that I've been using for the month that I sent this in to now seeing how it performs wirelessly. All right, so I have my RB02 plugged back in, antenna screwed back on. So we'll just kind of tuck that back in there because my backdrop is hollow between the two sides. And let's see how it does with going from the Tethered that I've been using back to the radio controlled. When I talked to Mike at NCE, he basically said, there'll be nothing I have to do with any of my cabs. And so fingers crossed that is the case, that I can go from the wired tether I've been using right to back to using it as a radio throttle. As I unplugged from the tether, I hit the emergency brake. It gave me the version and then went right into the speed and everything that I had. So I'm just going to see if it stops. Look at that, it certainly does. If I hit change direction, there we go, whoops. I'm guessing I also probably need some fresh batteries in this. But hey, it seems to be working. Let me get some fresh batteries in it first. Right. With some fresh batteries, now it looks like everything is a go. Which is excellent. So in a few days, I'm going to have a couple operators down here. We're going to be spreading out around the train room, not really having an op session, but just running trains to see that does the wireless antenna perform without any trouble like I had in December with the new update. So we'll see what happens. Hey, you having any problems with that radio throttle?
Should I?
No, I'm just asking.
It's great. No problem.
Yeah, that's what.
Sure. Hey, were you rail fanning too?
Yeah, I was taking a picture of my train as yours was inside.
Because, you know, not having any super high. And look, my wife. They're cool. It's just how far apart do you put? Yeah. That sounds cool. Just another. Yeah, no. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Some of them, man, we don't have to do it. It's too old to use.
So for today's operating session, which really wasn't an operating session, it was more of a shakedown session. We had 6 of us running trains at different locations on the layout and just abiding the signals. We had 3 throttles that were plugged in using the UTP panels. We had 3 that were wireless, that were working off the updated RB02 Radio Base Station, and we had no problems at all. If you remember back from my December session, usually we'd get about 20 minutes into a session and all of a sudden the radios would go wonky and it would affect basically everybody's throttle on the railroad. And so today, with having a mix of both radio controlled throttles and tethered throttles, we had no problem at all with the update that was done to the base station. So one would think that with no problems, that when it comes time to operating sessions this fall on the layout, that things should be in really good shape. So I would highly recommend, if you do not have the update on the base station, that you inquire if you've had any problems with your throttles cutting out or people losing their trains, and see if getting that updated version of the 2.6 that might answer your problems, because it certainly has with my railroad. So thank you for watching, and everybody, happy railroading to you.